Okay. Hello, everyone. We're coming at you live from the JADA-ART Fair for Miami Art Week 2021. I'm Samuel Locher, and today I am joined by two of our DJs that we have here in our immersive art DJ experience at the gallery this year, Halo Beats and Rangerxo. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're really glad to have you. So let's just start off. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about yourselves, who you are, where you're from, and what brings you to Miami?
Well, I guess I'll start us off. My name is Halo Beats. Originally from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Lived in Dallas, Texas, and now I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with my buddy here, Ranger. We produce dance music and hip hop music down in Tulsa. So, a little bit about me. You know, I'm just a pretty easygoing guy, but really, music has been my passion. And I used to sit next to my grandmother in church and play the keys, and then I got into percussion. So, you know, I just figured it'd make me happy, and it helped me get through a lot of things. And, you know, so I'm grateful to be here, and I'm going to go ahead and pass this off.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Rangerxo out of Tulsa. Been born and raised in Tulsa, man. Just gotta, you know, we're just trying to, that's why I'm with my man Halo Beats. We're just trying to, you know, bring up the Tulsa sound, you know, really change and revolutionize all of it. You know, there's not a lot of competition out there, so how we, you know, whenever you're at the top of the charts, man, you always gotta stay there, man. Just, you know, keep everybody else at bay with it. 100.
Right. So why don't you tell us all a little bit about what led both of you getting into music, DJing? I know you mentioned it kind of started in the church. Would you hear that a lot with musicians, right? It kind of begins in the church for a lot of people, but let's take a deeper dive into that.
Yeah. Truthfully, growing up, my family, I was raised by a single mother. You know, I've never known my father. Music was an expression of self and a way to kind of put ourselves out of there. But we didn't really have much to make music with besides, you know, yelling and banging on things. And, you know, it just getting into that. And then, you know, I'd stay with my grandmother a lot and going to church with her. She would let me sit next to her, and she'd be playing chords, and I'd just be ding, 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 you know, playing down there on the end. So I'd love to say, you know, Lila Jean Bearden, rest in peace. I love you, Grandma. And she is definitely the reason I'm here right now. Couldn't be anything without her, or my grandfather, William Bearden, rest in peace also. So really just having that little bit of motivation and drive, and also just having the true passion that follows. But yeah, I'd say that's definitely what got me into it. And, you know, I like to look at my past as a motivator, not a crutch. So, and this is definitely something that I'm just very, very grateful to be here.
Hey, honestly, I just started, I'm 23, so this is my Michael Jordan year. So I started making music when I was like 13 with my brother. He played guitar, I played piano. But I mean, hell, my brother, man, he owns a little company now, so I own a little record label in Tulsa. So, you know, I'll play the piano, man, just, you know, jamming out and everything. Hell, I always love some Whitney Houston. I always got to put her on, man. But I mean, hell, just making music has always been kind of like an escape. You know, you're always confined in this box of a world, but whenever you make this beautiful song, you know, people really hear it and they're like, wow, man, like that's what's going on in your head. I'm like, yeah, hey, my head's crazy out here, man. Like it's running 1,000 miles an hour. So, you know, whenever you can sit down, make a beautiful piece of artwork, just like everybody here at the JADA-ART, you know, you see it visually. We just make art with your ears. So, you know, whenever you're really producing all this music and you have somebody that's like, dang, dude, hey, that song was hard, man. The 808s were crazy. The hi-hats were there. Like, you know, it really fills up this like little hole in your heart that slowly just becomes bigger and biggerly filled. 100%.
So you kind of touched on this a little bit before. Tell us more about the DJ scene, EDM, dance, hip-hop kind of scene in Tulsa, and maybe Oklahoma as a whole, Dallas as well. What's it like? You know, is it a very competitive environment, or what are the clubs like? Where do you get to perform? Tell us more about it.
Okay. Good question. Yeah, very good question. I would say, you know, I've got love for all people, everyone, you know, peace, love, and unity always. However, I would say in Dallas, the market was a lot more competitive. We would play from places like Lizard Lounge, Townhouse, Bottled Blonde, a couple, House of Blues. We played a couple there. And then back in Tulsa, we played with it's a group known as the Mob Bars. And then just as far as that goes, I would say a lot of guys from Dallas, Texas that have really made it. They weren't in the house scene, but I would say the house scene in Dallas is a lot larger than people think. There really is a huge house scene down there. There's a lot of underground scenes down there, which is really amazing about Dallas. And when I moved to Tulsa, there was nothing there, and so I didn't really know. There's maybe 1 to 2 clubs that actually played house music. So we go in there, or I go in there before I met him, and I'm just like, how do I fit this niche? How do I fit in? So I started mixing a few rap beats and turning a little bit of house. I'd throw a little bit of house in there, throw a little bit of trance in there, and just give them a little bit of piece of it. And once I got my chance, I just took off with it in Tulsa. But I would definitely say, as far as this scene goes, Tulsa is more of a hip hop and top 40 type of DJ gig. And I've got to shout out a couple of my people, Matt Lib, DJ Blondie, Trix, from Dallas. We got TZ, my guy Toro, obviously Crisley and AFK. Thank you guys so much. You guys don't know what you've done to actually shape me, whether you believe it or not. So thank you very much for that.
Hey, Keith, man, hey, Halo Beat, bro, you're just too nice. You're too nice. In all honesty, in Tulsa, the hardest thing, like you said, is competition. It's like there is no competition. Nice. Yeah, it's like you're too nice. Like in Tulsa, there's DJs, but these DJs have been DJing in the same place for years. And whenever they're in the same place, they get comfortable. And they get comfortable playing the same set every Friday at the same bar on 51st Street or wherever it is. So, like, in all honesty, you have to compete with yourself. You got to just be ready. Like, every time I go into a set, I'm going to play the same set. And every Friday, you're going to hear a different set. It may start out with the same 1 or 2 so I can tune everything in, but it's going to be a different set. And that's honestly the biggest thing in Tulsa. You got to compete with yourself, and you got to really, you got to have that hunger, man. Like, a lot of people don't have that hunger, that drive. But hey, me and Halo, man, that's why we're down here in Miami, bro. We're hungry with it every day.
So currently, you're both here in Miami, Florida to DJ, right? Here in Miami Beach nightlife. Where are some of your favorite places, maybe even outside of Tulsa or Dallas, that you guys have had the opportunity to DJ at?
Well, I would honestly say, for me, just playing random music festivals through Arkansas, because I am a house head at heart, but I also am a trap head at heart. I love trap music. I love that. Kind of like we're in the dirty South a little bit, so I enjoy to just throw it on my speaker and let go. But I would say probably my brother is a professional poker player in Las Vegas, so his wife Lisa actually used to run One Oak, so we got in there the same night with Little John. That was really fun, hung out there. And then I would say probably Lizard Lounge with TZ in Dallas, because this place is iconic. They actually shot a movie there, a series, The Queen of the South. It was shot there. That was Camilla's main spot was Lizard Lounge that they used. So if you get a chance to check that out, go. And so I would definitely say Lizard Lounge is probably, it sets in my heart because I've never seen that many people, and it's a build, like, it's maybe 2 of these rooms big, but they have the top balcony that just hangs over, so it feels like people are just right on top of you, and it just gives you energy, and you give it back. It's just an amazing place. I love Lizard Lounge.
I'm honestly with him, like in Arkansas, the festivals are always really nice. You have that open space to where, you can have a big stage and you have this great audience that's watching you as well. But honestly, man, Colorado is starting to really pop off. I really like going up there. It's close to Tulsa, man. It's only like 4 or 5, 6 hours. So hell, you go up to Colorado, man, go up there with all the people got thick jackets on, man. It ain't like Miami. It's cold up there, man. So it's, Colorado is definitely kind of the closest hub that we have to kind of blowing up. But hey, Miami's always going to go off down here, man. Like, everybody's ready to party, man. Everybody got a yacht, so you're always ready with it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Why don't we end with what you guys have coming up on the horizon for the near future and where everyone can find you guys online?
So, coming up, we've got on the 18th, I believe we'll be at Ruby Red nightclub in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that is strictly EDM. So, once again, they're shout out to Ruby Red. They're changing the game. It is the first Vegas-style nightclub in Tulsa. Very nice, very high-class people, and I really enjoy that. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram is Halo_Beats. My SoundCloud is Halo_Beats, and my Facebook is Halo Beats EDM. You can find my music on all major music platforms and/or SoundCloud. And I'm just very grateful for you. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'll shout myself out real quick too. Hey, on Instagram, I'm a producer out of Tulsa. I mostly do a lot of like rap and hip hop with artists that are getting 300, 400,000 views. So it's just tiny house producer. But I mean, hey, if you need some, you need some good house music and everything like that, just follow me at Rangerxo on, SoundCloud, Spotify, all that, man. So we'll be ready to party out with y'all.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Stay tuned. Hey.